Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Darius McCrary is a household name, a multi-talented entertainer who has been in the industry since as early as 1987. He's best known for his role as Eddie Winslow on Family Matters and has since held roles in countless big-screen movies, TV shows, and guest appearances. Now, acting was how we were introduced, and he was introduced to the entertainment industry. However, Darius's first love and first and foremost talent is music. As a child, his musically deep-rooted family nurtured his multifaceted talent long before he ever set foot on an acting set. His most recent single, #Go, Out With a Bang, co-produced by Charlie Sheen, is a hit, and McCrary has recently made frontman in the band #Go, which is set an electric fusion of genres that his fans have described as an amazing experience. Now, tonight he joins us. Please help me welcome the multi-talented Darius McCrary. Welcome to the show. Do I have you?
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me, man. That was a super intro, man. Y'all know how to do it big around here.
Well, you know, we treat big stars as supposed to be treated, so we're glad to have you, definitely.
Hey, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. Looking forward to having some fun today.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, I grew up watching Family Matters. I know you've done so much.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry, man. I apologize for that. I'm sorry you had to subject yourself to that.
No, that was must-see TV. Tell us about some of your early experiences, just being part of that cast and the show. And, at that age, what did that mean to you, being part of that?
Man, it was a blessing. It was still, it's just like anything. It had good days and bad days. One thing I could definitely say is I never grew tired of that check.
Right. I bet not. I bet you didn't.
The cool thing about Family Matters is it was a stomping ground for so many, man.
Right, yeah.
You go back and look at some of them episodes, you'll see people like Vivica Fox and Christophe St. John and Sean Baker. And, some of the best showrunners, people who come up to be incredible talents, Greg Garcia and Meg Deluxe, producers, Theta Spears and Felicia Henderson and, Sarah Finney, who did Moesha. So many just came through there, and it was just such an incredible breeding ground for some amazing talent, man. So it was a great place to be. Great place to be.
Does the cast, they still keep in touch? You all keep in touch?
Man, I don't talk to none of them folks, man. Black folks can't stand each other, man. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I love them very much, man. We still are very much in touch. In fact, I just was...
Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
okay.
Cherry Johnson, who played Maxine on the show, she just did an amazing article, a magazine, a Father's Day issue on me, which was just so beautiful. Because, we know each other so well, and she knows my journey. She knows the truth, concerning how I feel about fatherhood. And so it was awesome for her to be able to do that article. So she just did that, and we are and still very close, all of us.
That's great. It's great to see that because, to us, it's like you all are a family, and I'm sure you build that kind of connection working together so much. But for us, for me as a fan, and seeing that you all do keep in touch, that's awesome to me. But
right on.
So we know you from acting or whatever, but music was your first love. Tell us about your early.
Music is the reason I'm even in acting. Music is even the reason I'm in acting. My father is a great musician, and I used to tag along with him in his sessions.
Okay. And so
he was doing a play called Don't Get God Started, and I was hanging out with him backstage, and Kim Fields' mother, Auntie Chip, she discovered me backstage and decided she wanted to take me on an audition for a movie called Big Shots, and I ended up reading, and it's just been a gift that's continued to give. You never know, how the Creator has has designed a way to provide for you. You know,
exactly.
You might want to do one thing, and the Creator's like, no, that is a talent that I'm going to give you that, you know, will always be with you, and we will visit that later because it's going to do some amazing things for you. However, I've designed this to take care of you, to provide for you. And that's what acting has done for me. It's just been a means to an end. And I've had some pretty amazing experiences. You know, I mean, I've had the pleasure of working with John Bon Jovi in a movie. I mean, who can say that? You know, we kicked and chilled and formed a great relationship because of acting. You know, to this day, he's one of my favorite people. You know, I met, you know, the great Charlie Sheen because of acting. You know, so, you know, but music has given me some amazing experience as well. I posted a picture of Lenny Kravitz and Prince on stage at Paisley Park where they had jammed out, you know, at saying "Get Away," and I just remember being there. I was there, and it's like, well, how random is that, man? How did I get to hang out with Prince and Lenny Kravitz? You know, who does that? Right, yeah. But you know, my dad has done so much, you know, as far as working with so many. It's opened so many doors for me. You know, my dad discovered BB and CC Winans. You know, my dad, you know, he was instrumental in the Winans, the brothers actually being discovered. He actually took the demo to Andre Crouch. You know, yeah, you know, so I've been around for a little bit. You know, I've seen quite a bit now. Feel blessed and highly favored. You know, to be able to experience some more. Right now, I'm sitting here watching my 8-month-old daughter Zoe try to figure out how to get into her. Yeah, she's trying to figure out how to get into her little BMO chair, and that's a blessing in itself, right, Zoe?
So how has fatherhood changed you?
Fatherhood has really messed me up, man. You know, man, because it makes you so soft, man. You know, you go through this life, man, and you know stuff that doesn't bother you. You know, you keep it mashing, but man, when you have these babies, you figure out that you have a heart. You know, you're no longer the Tin Man.
Exactly.
And then you figure out that you have to get a brain. You can't be the scarecrow and do mindless things anymore. And next thing you know, you find yourself with a bunch of courage, so you're not the cowardly lion. And then at the end of the day, you'll find yourself clicking your heels 3 times, saying there's no place like home to hurry up and get home to the kids.
It never ends, right? It never ends.
It never ends. And then before you know it, you'll have a little black dog named Toto because all kids love dogs, right?
They love dogs, right. We had put him on. Well, let's get back to the music. So you recorded the song, your recent single, #Go Out with a Bang, and you co-produced that with Charlie Sheen. And you said you had met him through acting, of course, and everything. Tell us about that process, and when you put that single out, like what we're gonna play it later on. What was the inspiration behind it?
You know what? Charlie and I linked up when we were hanging out, and he had heard some music that I was recording, and it was amazing. You know, his ears impeccable. He knew that it was me, like 3-4 bars into the song, without me even telling him. And one of our mutual friends actually had played it for him without my knowledge. And so he said, "Man, I love music, man." And I'm thinking in my head, "Oh, great, you know, this is cool." But what do you really know about music? And unbeknownst to me, the man has a serious musical mind. I mean, he's a poet already, a brilliant poet. He writes some amazing poetry. And so we just got in there and started working. You know, my brother Donovan McCrary is the other half of my musical mind, and my sister Sarah is the mouthpiece that articulates all of our crazy thoughts and makes them make sense. You know, when you throw Charlie in the mix, he's just kind of like Willy Wonka. Because he does not understand the word can't. So you know, we just ended up getting there and jamming. And my brother had come up with this groove, with this guitar lick, and we just kind of went from there. And the song, it just took wings of its own. You know, the next thing I knew, we had Sugarfoot Moffett, Michael Jackson's drummer, in there, and we were working with Slash and quite a few amazing musicians before I knew it. It was like, wow. Yeah. So, we got a couple singles. Seasons was something that was out, and it is on CD Baby. It's on iTunes, Google Play, and that was one that was more of an inspirational. And then we just recently are prepared to drop another one called I'll Always Love You, featuring El DeBarge and Chico DeBarge on background vocals. My brothers. Yeah, so it's a pretty interesting sound that we forged, and I'm just grateful and humbled. Whenever you get greats to come into the studio and you don't have to explain your vision, they can just hear it. It means that you're communicating well and you're using your gifts properly. So they say music is a universal language, and when we start talking that universal language, and we don't have to allow English to get in the way, or we don't allow our egos to get in the way. It means that we're on the path of righteousness, and hopefully, the listener will be able to vibe it the same way that we were blessed to when we were creating it.
Absolutely. Now, I know you've been in the game a minute now, and so I know you know a lot of people, and sometimes people make headlines for different things. How do you deal from a friend perspective when you see your friends, or even if something's written about you in a negative light? How do you deal with that?
Well, the bottom line is this, I don't know who told the masses that we are not human.
Right.
But it's a lie.
Right, exactly.
And so a lot of the same trials and tribulations that everyday people go through, like Sly Stone said, I am everyday people. We go through it too. The only difference is, as unfortunate, is that it's just magnified and it's put out there, and a lot of times we don't get to address, certain issues. And in all honesty, it's better that we don't address it, because if we address a lot of the stuff that's said about us, we probably would address it at that moment in time from a place of anger, because it hurts, because we are human. Yeah. And so people take shots and say all kind of things and do all kind of things to you, but they don't expect for you to respond the way that a human being would respond. So then you're looked at as a bad guy, or you're looked at as an angry person. So we just got to remember that we're all in this together. It's like Fly said, different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on. Ooh, sha. We got to live together. We got to live together.
Right.
So I try not to pay too much attention to the ignorance. And I try my best to do like Sly Stone said, take you higher. I want to elevate it.
Right. I'm with you on that. Well, obviously you're still doing your thing. You recently played Gerald Levert in Mickey Howard's biopic. You have another film coming out later this year, directed by John Singleton, which is what's it called, Snowfall? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's a television series. Snowfall is on FX, and it'll be out later on this year. It's such a pleasure to work with the great John Singleton. He's such an amazing brother. In Hollywood, you find so many people who can rest on the laurels of yesterday. And John is not that guy. John is constantly innovating, constantly creating, constantly moving forward, and in all my years, I've never seen a set run as smooth as I witnessed the set of Snowfall run under the direction of John Singleton. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I play Andre in the show, and speaking of Mickey Howard, she is a force to be reckoned with as well. The Love Under New Management story was amazing, and it was an honor for me to play Gerald Levert. Mickey, I love you, and I'm looking forward to the future and to doing some great, amazing things with you as well. So,
awesome. So let me ask you, because you've been acting for a minute, like we said, And, you know, it seems like of late, reality TV is really just, like, taking over. Like, a lot of reality stars are pouring into acting, and there was all that controversy about them getting the roles that actors who actually, you know, trained and nurtured. What are your thoughts on reality TV, and do you ever see yourself being on a reality show?
Oh, man, I love reality television. It's a hoot, you know. I like to sit back and watch those people with the damn food.
Right.
You know, it's so funny, and it's so staged. It's so funny and so fake. You know, man, and it's just indicative of where we're going as a people. You know, people want to be famous for all the wrong reasons. So my hat's off to somebody if they want to be famous for being a fool. That means that's the less foolishness I have to partake in as an actor.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can stay true to my craft, you know, while they act the fool, and it's all entertainment, you know.
Right.
You know, I love to see how people are just fooled and drawn into it. We'll watch anything, you know. We'll watch anything, and we believe anything. We're so gullible. It's hilarious. But I like reality television, and I can see myself doing a reality television show. You know, except for me, I would want to do something that's raw. You know, I want to do something. At Darius McCrary, Instagram, Twitter, DariusMcCrary.com, Darius McCrary Facebook. I'm right here.
There you have it. Listen, Darius, thank you so much, man, for taking time out your busy schedule to join us. Keep doing your thing. The music is sounding great. I can't wait to hear more. And listen, for more information about Darius McCrary, go to our Facebook page or our website, thestevenknightshow.com.